Okay, thank you for watching and listening. This is part two. Continuing on from detaching. I was saying earlier, even if you're physically separated from them, they can still leech off your energy. They can still, because they're still practicing the toxic black magic. You know who you are. You're still practicing the toxic black magic in order to cement the energy cord into yours, and they can still benefit from you. They will latch off your energy. To tell how to tell is when you feel drained, exhausted, unmotivated, lethargic, you can't get up, things like that. And when you have thoughts of them, you randomly dream of them, or even during the daytime, the thoughts of them just randomly appear because that is them still trying to latch on to you, still trying to uh, still performing the ritual, still trying to maintain the connection to you. So that's when you regularly do the egg cleanse. Okay, you do it once a week or twice a week. You will do the spiritual bath, which is the basic ingredients are flowers. For me, I prefer pink roses and jasmine flowers, white jasmine, Himalayan salt, and limes. A handful of limes, a handful of flour, and maybe about two or three limes that you slice, and then you squeeze all of it and mix it into a pail of water. You dissolve it, you say prayers, and then you wash yourself with it. Okay, then other things you can do is just verbal prayers. You can use the brand add water sprayer, which is I surround myself in seamless miracle cocoons, protect and shield me now forever and always, so be it, it is done. And alternatively, whatever your religious beliefs are, you can find people who are genuinely religious, not those people who gatekeep, right? And ask them what prayer to say to protect your energy, to cleanse your energy. Okay. uh, Then another thing you can do is the thank you method, which is the thank you prayers. You envision yourself in a white bubble, and then you just say thank you for releasing all negative energy in and around me, everyone and everything. Then you just keep repeating thank you, thank you, thank you. So another method. So I'm giving you several things to do. Another method which doesn't require anything is basically to align yourself with the frequency of either love or gratitude, because these are the highest these are few of the highest vibrations. So that way they won't be able to attach anything negative will naturally detach. So that method is simply you just chanting thank you over and over and over and over, repeatedly over and over and over, um, until the negative thoughts, the other inner voice of negativity, just slowly dissipate. Okay, that's one way to completely detach, because you just aligned with the frequency of gratitude. Okay, and then for those family members to release the trapped soul, understand this is a very niche ritual. Every race has it, every nationality has it, just that it has to be a low vibrational portion of the community. Whoever is low vibrational, they are the one who will practice it. It's generally satanic, whatever country you're from. If it's satanic, it's satanic. It's just maybe a different style, Italian style, Malay style, Chinese style, Indian style, whatever it is, but they're still aligning with the low vibration frequencies. I'm telling you, every time I try to talk about this, the nose will itch. It wasn't itching before I started recording it today. Okay, what was I going to say? Okay, so it's a niche ritual. So what they do is they are capable of removing your soul from your body, and it can only be done if your vibration is very low. That's the reason why they will harass you in groups. Okay, so if you notice your family member is being bullied, if you notice you are being singled out amongst all of the people, you are being targeted because they want your energy. You're being targeted by these low vibrational people. Okay, and remember, regardless of age, language, religion, nationality, low vibrational means low vibrational. They can be children who will harass you and bully you. It can be teenagers, it can be youth, young adult, elderly, whatever it is. If they are low vibrational, their job is to cause you to be in a low vibrational state. Hence the reason why they manipulate and set you up, whatever, just to get you to be stressed out and for you to act out of character. Lower your vibration, damage your soul, things like that. To lower your vibration, when your vibration is very very low, very very low, to a point where you're, unfortunately, some people, death is the ultimate place. That's when they are able to perform the ritual to remove your soul and to trap it. So your body dies, but your soul is still around. In Malay community, you all know about Pochong, right? We were taught what Pochong is bad, Pochong is evil. Understand this. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are actually victims who have been trapped, because this is a very niche ritual. From what I know, is the Javanese ritual. I'm not too sure whether other ethnic groups has it, whether I don't know whether Boyanese or Bugis people have their own those rituals. I'm not too sure, but I do know for sure that the low vibrational Javanese rituals, they are capable of doing that. Okay, they are capable of removing the soul from the body, so the body will die, right? But the soul is still around. And then what they do during that process is they will find a way to trap the soul. Either they trap the soul into either objects, or trap the soul into a deceased body, and then it becomes a pochong. Hence the reason why it's wrapped up. Hence the reason why you keep hearing some people say, "Oh, they're asking to be released. You need to undo the tie to release," because it's a ritual. It's a niche ritual that they do that cause people suffering. And that's the reason why my sister kept getting a dream of my father coming to her asking for help because he was in pain, because this is what they do. They're able, when you're in low vibrational state, of course it's just pain and suffering, because that's low vibration. Sadness, depression, anger, pain, it's all low vibrations. So you're trapped there. You have no idea how to release, and people don't even know you exist because you are on different vibration, different dimension as they are. So only people with specific skills, people who come from very shamanic bloodline, healer bloodline, psychic bloodline, only those type of people, all the people who are going through the same thing, are able to know and may be able to assist. I'm going to share again the signs of your family being targeted. Gloominess, negativity, financial stress, natural sadness, and then over time the family will be like more negative towards one another. The behavior will change, a lot of lying, a lot of fibbing, initial just small little lies, and over time sabotaging one another, becoming jealous with one another, quarreling with one another. um, a lot of negative thoughts, negative point of view towards one another. And then one person in the family will pass away in their sleep, sudden death or some heart issue. Second person, cancer, lung or breast cancer. Third person will complain of stomach pains, of like stabbing pain in the stomach or the left arm, because left arm is the receiving side of your body. So they're trying to break that barrier, the invisible barrier, in order to let all the negative energy take over, and at the same time steal your energy. They're trying to they're trying to attach the energy cord, and you start noticing, you perform poorly at work, you're becoming more unmotivated, you become more lazy, you become more exhausted. And then some of you will start smoking, some of you will start drinking, and unfortunately if it's so severe, you will start taking drugs, and if it's much more severe, you will underlife yourself. Okay, the goal is to get rid of everybody in your family that are, that are of the purer side. Okay, if you still manage to survive, they find a way to try to get you to join them, because that was what happened on my Instagram page. I had a fake account that asked that had a profile that said join the Illumination, right? Things like that. If they can't get rid of you, even after all these horrible things, the abuse, the harassment, the sabotage, the setup, the poisoning, they'll find a way to get to trick you into joining them. And remember this: they need you. You don't need them. That's the reason why they are like they're like those annoying insurance agents who keep appearing everywhere, keep approaching people, right? Those annoying MLM people. They're like that, but they're on the pyramid scheme of demonic side. Okay, so even if your family is not being targeted, it's wise to always cleanse your energy, protect your energy, and call back your energy. It's wise to do it once a week to call your energy. It's wise to pray several times a day. Whatever prayer that is aligned with a high vibrational energy, and as well that is aligned with your belief system. Okay, something as simple as that. And also, why I kept mentioning to be generous with your prayers, because you don't only pray for yourself, you pray for your family members, because you don't know the other set of people that wants to target them. And then you do the prayers, you extend the prayers to your neighbors, to your neighborhood, to your workplace, to your school, and everything. Because in a way, we are all interconnected. Okay, some things that might happen to somebody in your neighborhood will cause you to have you or your family member to develop unnecessary fear. And what happens when you're fearful? When you're fearful, it's like, hey, one giant step for them to come closer. These low vibrational people. Okay, be generous with your prayers. All you have to do is just pray for protection and releasing of negative energy. That's all. And you do that. You cast a protection circle for yourself, for your family members, for your home, for your neighborhoods. Uh, so that way, should there be any negativity in the neighborhood or surrounding it, they can't come close. Okay, so in a way, you're protecting your neighborhood. Protecting your neighborhood is not only talking about keeping an eye out. It's also at the same time for prey. It's at the same time also energetic wise. Okay, and so let's say the first thing already happened, meaning somebody in your family already passed away, sudden death, and the next person is going through cancer. The second ritual you can do, aside from on top of daily prayers, okay, remember praying only takes you 10 seconds. It only takes you 10 seconds. You just say that prayer and envision yourself. Your mind is that powerful. That's the reason why you're constantly being programmed to think otherwise. And that's the reason why these cult members, if you notice, these low vibrational people, they will just naturally say it out loud because they want you to manifest it for them. So just to pick an example, the stepmother always said that she wanted to live in a rental flat, an L room flat. She said this since we were in living in block 437 when we were in primary school, because she was trying to get us to manifest um, losing our homes. So eventually everything that she said came true. Reason being because she needed us to help her manifest that to come true. Okay, that's the reason why you regularly pray and protect your energy and regularly put yourself in a protection bubble, and for your family members as well. So back to the family members, if those family who have already reached that second part where your one of your family members is going through cancer, lung or breast cancer, for some reason, I don't know why it's so specific, what you can do is to help release the binding, because they managed to bind your family in that negativity through some rituals. So the ingredients they use are graveyard dirt, ashes, and they can procure all these corpses and all that from Indonesia and some other countries where you can do things. And they place it in a jar, and it is sometimes it's buried at the graveyard itself, or it's buried at the witch doctor's property. Okay, which brought me back to why sometime in my 20s the stepmother kept trying to get me to visit the wak in Jakarta. Okay, because and the house was in a kampong, in a village in the middle of the forest, because that's where all the ritualistic items have been buried. So it's hard for you. Some of the healers will suggest for you to go to find the altar and remove your family pictures from it, because there's one way to do it. You remove them from the altar, but you can't really go into people's houses, right? So what you can do, you can use the white magic rituals to release your family, and it will work 100% if it's blood related. Meaning the person that does the ritual is has the same DNA. Say for example, is your adopted family that's going through it. It might work depending on how strong the connection is, but I can guarantee it work 100% for blood related family members. Okay, so what you do is get yourself a fireproof plate, a tea light candle, a white tea light candle. You carve down the name of each individual family member in each candle. So if you have 4 family members, 4 tea light candles. Okay, and then you rub either rosemary oil or olive oil on that candle, because you're anointing that candle. Okay, and by the way, rosemary oil is for protection, and olive oil as well, but rosemary oil seems to work better. If you don't have rosemary oil, you can just get yourself dried rosemary and just sprinkle it around on the fireproof plate. Okay, just make sure it doesn't get in the way of the candle wick. So fireproof plate, tea light candle with the name of the individual family members carved on, rosemary oil, you rub it all on the candle. Okay, Himalayan salt, chili pepper. Okay, you sprinkle it around or on the candle. So another thing you can do is, the tea light candle mostly come with the aluminum casing, right? So you can remove the tea light candle, and in the aluminum casing, you put the salt, chili pepper powder, cloves or black pepper in it. You mix and then you put it in, and then you put the candle that has the name carved on and the olive oil or the rosemary oil rub onto it back into the casing, and then just put it on the fireproof plate. Next, you get yourself roses or flowers, but I like to use pink roses and white jasmine flowers, and you put it around the candles. Okay, you can use other spices that you can put around the candle, which is you can put a ring of Himalayan salt around the candle. The purer the salt, the better. The less refined, the better. As natural as possible. Sea salt, Celtic salt, Himalayan salt, natural salt. You can use table salt, but it's better when it's less refined. So you put it around the candle, and then you can sprinkle some cardamom, cinnamon powder, star anise. It's basically all kitchen ingredient. And by the way, the same kitchen ingredient can be used to sabotage you. So, but we are doing the opposite. We are doing the white magic and the lighter side of the ritual. We're trying to help release all these people, all these trapped soul. Okay, once again, fireproof plate, tea light candle with the person's name carved on. You anoint it with you rub oil, rosemary oil on the candle. Okay, you remove the tea light candle from the casing. You put salt, chili pepper, clove. Uh, you can use black pepper as well. And then you put back the candle in the casing. Put it in the middle on the fireproof plate, and then you sprinkle salt around the candle. Sprinkle again the same ingredient, chili pepper powder around it for protection and to return to the sender. Cloves, cinnamon powder, star anise, cardamom, spices, natural spices around it. And then you put flowers around all of that as the outer layer, and that's it. And then you say your prayers. First of all, of course, always protect your energy. Just envision yourself in a white bubble, and then you say prayers, whatever your religion is. You just pray the prayers, and then you say thank you for releasing all negative energy in and around this person, that person, whatever person, individually. All right, and then as you light, you just say, I remove, I detach and release all negative energy, all energy, causes, entities from this person's body. Then you light it up. Thank you. And then you light up and you let it burn out by itself. And you notice this, as you're doing it, some of you, the light will flicker a lot. Let's say there's no I mean, use your discernment. Make sure there's no wind in it. Make sure you do it in a very safe environment. Don't do it near the curtain. Don't do it near hanging clothes. Do it in an open space, but at the same time where there's no strong winds. Okay, make sure you don't put that plate too near the wall because it will stain the wall. Okay, further away from the wall. Make sure there's nothing around it that can catch fire, and make sure there's no wind. Okay, if there's a window, don't open it too wide, and you light it. So when you're doing this ritual, you continue praying, continue whatever prayer you have. You pray and pray, or you can just repeatedly chant, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over again with that person picture in your mind, that in the family member that are doing it for, and for yourself. Just keep chanting over and over and over again, 5-10 minutes. Okay, I started having ringing in my ears, my left ear. So you do that. Okay, that will break the binding. Don't waste many years like I did. Okay, my father, um, we found out that he passed away in Indonesia. And I found out from the medium he passed away because of the ritual done by that classmate, the Indonesian classmate. So I personally, I haven't gotten a confirmation yet, but I suspected that he went there because he thought that since it's a Javanese ritual, it's very niche. Why not go to Indonesia and get a specific person who can help undo this ritual? Which is, it makes sense because maybe like for my case, a lot of the healers that I met, they were not able to fully undo or even tell some of them because it's a very specialized ritual, right? You don't have to suffer for long, and it only takes you 10 minutes. 10 minutes can save you decades of suffering. Okay, so you can do this for your family members, and you can do it for other people who are not blood related. But just bear in mind, it might not work 100%, but it may work 20 to, I want to say 40%, depending on how strong your energy is and how strong the connection you have with that person. But let me tell you, even a 10%, even 5% makes a big difference. Lessen that negativity this person is in, including the people that are the hidden helper, the people who helped me. Um, at the point, I didn't know, but I suspected there was a female who actually helped me sometime in my 20s because that's when I had a sudden awakening. You can say that because the I was originally very positive, but I descended into a very negative state. So that lady, I don't know who she is, but I kind of think, I suspected one person, but that person was that lady. Your your prayers really help. It really helped kind of like open up your eyes to see the truth, or at least some sort of the truth. So at least you won't be meandering around aimlessly in the darkened path. Some kind of light that comes through. So never underestimate how strong your prayers can be. So again, cleanse your energy, call back your energy, protect your energy. A simple prayer can make a big difference. Do the egg cleanse, do it on behalf of your family members, or can do it for them if they are willing to. Because sometimes they are when you're in negative state, you're hesitant, right? It's naturally like that. When you're in negative state, you become very, um, you have strong resistance towards it. You find all kind of excuse to delay and procrastinate. So that's why you need external energy to help you out. So always do for yourself first. You do the egg cleanse for yourself, then you do it on behalf of your family members, and then you can also do it on your family members if they are near to you. Do the spiritual bath for yourself. You can do on behalf of people, and you can do it for them if they're near to you, of course. And as usual, your prayers. Your prayers can work from any distance and will help in least expected ways, wherever they are at. Just as the same as how people can give you and send you negative energy, evil eye, so on and so forth, from a different country. Because energy don't really recognize visas, don't really need passport, don't really need close proximity. It's just that it works better if they're closer to you. But if your protection barrier is that weak, they can do it from as far as Africa even. They just need your picture. They just need to imagine you. They just need to make sure your protection barrier is very low. They can only come to you when your energy is very low, which is you're depressed, you're sad, you're stressed. Hence the reason why this evil entity, this demonic entity, body jump. Okay, they go to a next low vibrational person, and that vibrational person will be the customer who harass you, or the hate comment, or that nasty neighbor, or that nasty auntie, or your family member who makes up of a very hurtful remarks, things like that. Anything that can lower your vibration. For example, you trip and fall, you're in pain and you become sad. It's just something as small as that. If you leave it be, if you don't detach, it will slowly rise and take over. So I was talking about the candle ritual, right? That was how I released my father. 10 minutes. The candle didn't burn down fully. I was able to release him. And that's when at the same time, uh, okay, my third eye is not fully open because of the rituals that was done to me by my stepmother and her cult, because they kept binding you to block your crown chakra so you don't get download from the universe, to block all your chakras so that you don't get your intuition become weak, your mind will confuse your intuition, things like that. So I wasn't able to fully see my father's spirit, but I was able to sense, and he was seated beside me on the left side. And I even shared this before. It's mostly the energy that I channeled was that he was deeply in deep regrets, would have, could have, should have, was sad because the condition that I'm living in, that I have to go through because of the decision he made. And at the same time, it took me 10 years to find out, 10 years or 11 years, to find out that he was trapped, to find out that his soul was still around, to find out that the knocking was him knocking way back in my 20s, was him desperately asking for help. And the reason why he came to me was because I was the only one who was able to release him. Because my second sister wasn't blood related. It's not his biological child. Because the stepmother had lied and manipulated and told him that she was pregnant with his child. The first two daughters are not his. So that's the reason why only thing she can do is to pray for him, and they couldn't really fully release him. And the quickest way to release is to get the family members to perform the candle ritual, or find somebody who specialize in the rituals. So when I channeled my father the day that I was doing that ritual, I don't know, I always get this nudge. I was procrastinating, I was lazy, I was exhausted, but my body, my intuition kept telling me, just go and buy the ingredients, go and buy, go and buy, go and do, go and do, and do. After a lot of delay and procrastination, I did it. And I was able to release him. And I kept getting the line in Malay, jika ada masih peluang kedua, akan aku hindari dia, menghindari dia, hindari dia. That's why I was thinking to myself, what do you mean by avoid? Avoid. If I have a second chance, if I can do it all over again, I will avoid her. I will avoid her. So that's what I kept getting. Avoid her, avoid her, avoid her, avoid her. So now I realize that if he had avoid all these low vibrational people, especially the stepmother, because like I said, the stepmother targeted him. The stepmother and the cult targeted him. They know you before you know them. They're watching you, you know. Like I said, the cult has existed for many, many generations, so they have many people. So word travels, right? And you light workers, people who are of the light, people who are pure souls, you guys tend to stand out because too nice, too polite, too passive. We can always see. So if he, so that's the best solution is to fully leave, to detach fully, leave the workplace, leave that school. Like I kept saying, my regret is that I didn't drop out from that school. I didn't change school when I was at Polytechnic, because if I had dropped out from that school, change school, I wouldn't have met that. I would have been in close proximity with the Indonesian Chinese classmate who's also part of the cult, because he was the one who caused the tower moment for me. So that's what when my father's tower moment was my stepmother. So had he avoided her, that witch, the dark witch, wouldn't have known a lot more about his family, wouldn't have access to his energy, wouldn't have been able to slowly go in. Because let me tell you this about these people. You know, the other things that you sometimes you hear from people is called love spell and whatnot. So those are some of the things that these cult members use to break apart relationships. Okay, to make husband and wife leave one another, to make siblings fight with one another, to make friends fall out with one another. They do these kind of things, and then the person who has been targeted, they're totally fully controlled. They will start being negative to you. They will start twisting and turning words against you, accusing you of things you never do, and it can be incredible lies. At the same time, also sabotaging themselves without even realizing. So that's what I got. He was sorry, he was thankful, but mostly he was in deep regrets. And if he had a chance, he would have avoided her. So my message to all of you out there, and to myself, a reminder to myself, because sometimes I keep forgetting, I keep advising people and I forget my own advice. Avoid negative people. If somebody give you the bad vibes, you have a bad feeling about them, distance yourself. If possible, just leave completely, because these people, they will keep coming to you, and just keep leeching off your energy until you become a shell of yourself, and then next thing you know, you get trapped. And I'm going to talk again about the trafficking. Okay, these traffickers are also low vibrational. They are also energy vampires, and some of them also practice dark rituals as well. So just constantly being around them, they were able to gaslight you, manipulate you, and dig information about you until you lose any protection you have for yourself. Because this is what happened. They keep sucking your life force. They keep causing you stress and confusion. So you get exhausted and things like that. And that's how they can trap you and manipulate you. It's the same. They are low vibrational people. Okay, they are governed by a low vibrational entity. So protect your energy and regularly chant your prayers, even when you're outside in the presence of a group of people, especially when you go out to socialize and meet people. They be like, hey, come, let's take a picture together. And then things like that. People can tell you anything. They can tell you anything. They told us, some of them are financial industry. Some of them told us they graduated from the Ivy League. But guess what? Tarot cards don't lie if you connect with it very strongly. Okay, a very powerful psychic medium, a very powerful spiritual person. You cannot lie to them. They will find the truth eventually. And I was lucky that I have other means to find out the truth. Okay, just to also another thing to add on, the reason why I keep saying be discerning, because there are some fraud psychics, and not all psychics are 100%. Some of them are like 50-50, like a bullseye target. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't get it right, sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. So use your own discernment. Okay, if you had a bad feeling, something about this person feels very icky, very shady, Avoid them. Avoid them completely. If you want to, you can just pray for them, like pray to release on negative energy. Of course, protect yourself first, prayers for yourself first, and then for others. And by the way, the traffickers that I met, they look like normal people. It's such a shame. But I can probably understand that some of them were, at some point, were innocent and got tricked into it. Things happened, and some of them are just low vibrational, demonic, or soulless. They're just a demon in a human skin suit. They look normal, they act normal. Avoid them. Let's say you're in an environment where you can't live. Let's say it's your work. You're not in a financial position to live, or in a neighborhood, because you can't really sell the house or things like that. That's where your prayers work. Protection barrier, protect, 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 and then avoid. Avoid them at all costs while continuing to pray for yourself and for your family members, because this is what these people do. They will try to target the people around you instead. Okay? So just remember this. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of low vibration or high vibration. That's it. Regardless of how rich or poor, whether you're able body or you're disabled, young or old, man or woman, low vibrational means low vibrational, high vibrational means high vibrational. So you just look at that. Trust your intuition and trust the energy. Okay? Because words can manipulate people into thinking the action is correct. Words can mask their true intentions. Because all the trafficker that I met, all these cult members that I was acquainted with, a lot of lip service, but the actions are opposite. When you think about it, oh, now I know why it's so different. Because at that moment when they were doing that, you're kind of some kind like probably because you're distracted. You want to think the best of people, so you're easily manipulated. Hence, call back your energy, cleanse your energy, protect your energy, trust your intuition, cut all energy cords through prayers, through egg cleansing, through spiritual bath. And some of you, you can work with your high vibrational spirit guides and high vibrational ancestors and your guardian angels. Just make sure to vet them first, because they can pretend to be anything to get to you. So whatever your religious belief is, pray to God, pray to any high vibrational energies, pray to the universe for protection. And also be less judgmental. Be less judgmental. Okay, the people who have helped me are not all people of the same religion or the same race. Good and bad comes in all form. Evil comes in all form. High vibrational energies come in all forms. Because at the end of the day, it's just energy work, just physical forms of energy. All right. Um, I'll stop this here. Thank you for watching and listening.